road is quiet, not empty, but calm, the kind of calm that feels like something is about to begin. A low rumble breaks through the silence, deep, steady, unmistakable. And then it appears, the Yamaha Road Star Silverado S, not rushing, not chasing attention, but owning the moment. This is not just a motorcycle, it is a feeling, a slow burning experience stretched across miles of open road. And today we are not just talking about it. We are riding it, understanding it, living it. You walk up to the bike, and the first thing you notice is its presence. Long, low, heavy, confident. This machine does not try to impress, it simply exists with authority. The chrome reflects the world around it. The leather saddlebags hang like they have already seen thousands of miles. And that massive V-twin engine sits at the center like a heartbeat waiting to be awakened. You place your hand on the handlebar, wide, solid, perfectly balanced. You sit down, and everything feels natural. Feet forward, back, relaxed, arms easy, no pressure, no aggression, just comfort. You turn the key, the gauges light up, simple, clean, nothing unnecessary. Because this bike is not about distractions, it is about connection. You press the starter, and the engine comes alive. A deep rumble flows through the frame into your body. You do not just hear it, you feel it. This is something modern machines often forget in their search for perfection. This bike is not perfect, it is alive. You ease the clutch, and the bike begins to roll, smooth, steady, controlled, no rush, no hesitation, just motion. As you move onto the road, the weight disappears, not physically, but mentally. The bike feels planted, stable, confident, like it belongs here. At 40 miles per hour, everything starts to settle. At 50, it feels natural. At 60, it becomes effortless. The engine finds its rhythm, the wind flows past you, the road stretches ahead. And suddenly everything slows down, not the speed, but your mind. The noise fades, the stress disappears. And for a moment it is just you and the ride. This is what the Road Star Silverado S does best. It transforms riding into something peaceful, something almost meditative. Now let's talk about the power, because this machine has plenty of it. That 1,670cc air-cooled V-twin is not about high revs or aggressive acceleration. It is about torque, real usable torque. You twist the throttle, and the response is immediate, smooth, strong, predictable. It pulls you forward without drama, without struggle, like it knows exactly what you want and delivers it with confidence. This is not the kind of power that overwhelms you, it is the kind that supports you, that works with you, and that is what makes it perfect for long rides. Because when you are hours into a journey, the last thing you want is a bike that fights back. You want something that feels like an extension of yourself. And this bike does exactly that. The road changes slightly, small bumps, small imperfections, but the suspension absorbs them quietly. The wide seat keeps you comfortable. The windshield cuts through the wind, reducing fatigue, allowing you to keep going longer, farther, smoother. You start to realize something. This bike is not built for quick trips. It is built for distance, for time, for stories. Every mile feels meaningful. Every stretch of road becomes part of something bigger. You pass through the city slowly, the bike turning heads, not because it is loud or flashy, but because it carries a presence. People notice it, they look twice, and you can feel it. But the moment you leave the city behind, everything changes. The traffic fades, the noise disappears, and the open road welcomes you. This is where the Road Star truly comes alive, cruising at a steady pace, the engine humming beneath you, the landscape moving slowly around you. This is not about speed. It is about experience, about being present in the moment, about feeling every second of the ride. And then you roll on the throttle, just a little more. The torque kicks in smoothly. The bike surges forward, not violently, but confidently. The kind of acceleration that reminds you there is power here, real power, but always under control, always manageable. This is the balance that makes this motorcycle special. It is strong but calm, powerful but relaxed, capable but never overwhelming. Hours begin to pass, but it does not feel like it. Your body remains comfortable, your mind stays clear, your focus sharp. This is what long-distance cruising is supposed to feel like, not exhausting, not demanding, but enjoyable, effortless, almost addictive. You begin to understand why riders fall in love with machines like this. It is not about numbers, it is not about specs, it is about how it makes you feel. And this bike makes you feel free, truly free, no pressure, no expectations, just the open road and the steady rhythm of the engine beneath you. Now the road stretches farther, and the environment begins to change. The air feels slightly cooler, the light shifts as clouds slowly move across the sky. And you keep riding, not because you have somewhere to be, but because stopping feels unnecessary. The bike continues to respond with the same calm confidence. Every input from your hands, every slight movement is translated into smooth, predictable motion. And that trust builds quickly. You start leaning gently into curves, nothing aggressive, just smooth flowing. Turns, the kind that feel natural, the kind that remind you this machine, despite its size, can still dance with the road. When it needs to, the tires grip steadily, the frame remains stable. And you realize that this is not just a straight-line cruiser. It has balance, it has control, it has capability in ways people often underestimate. And that adds another layer to the experience, because now you are not just cruising, you are connected to the road. In a deeper way, you notice the small details, the sound of the engine echoing slightly. As you pass open spaces, the subtle vibration changing. As the road surface shifts the way the wind pressure changes depending on your speed and position. These are the things that make riding real. These are the things that make it memorable. Time continues to pass. But instead of fatigue, you feel comfort. Instead of boredom, you feel engagement. This is rare because most long rides eventually become tiring. But here the bike seems to remove that burden. It supports you, it carries you forward without demanding too much in return. And that is where the Silverado S truly stands out. It is not just built to move, it is built to accompany you, to stay with you through every mile, every moment, every change in the journey. And as the sun begins to lower further, the entire scene transforms. The sky turns warmer, the light becomes golden. Shadows stretch longer across the road. And the chrome on the bike starts reflecting those colors in a way that feels almost cinematic. You slow down slightly, not because you have to, but because you want to take it and you want to experience it fully. This is no longer just a ride, it is a moment, one that feels personal, one that feels like it belongs only to you and the machine beneath you. And then you realize something important. This bike does not try to dominate the experience, it enhances it. It allows the world around you to become part of the ride instead of overpowering it. And that is a rare quality because many machines try too hard to be the center of attention. But the Road Star Silverado S understands balance. It understands that the ride is not just about the bike, it is about everything: the road, the environment, the rider, and the connection between all of them. You continue forward, the engine still steady, still strong, still reliable. And with every mile that passes, the bond between you and the machine grows stronger. It becomes familiar, comfortable, almost instinctive. You no longer think about what you are doing, you just ride. And that is when you know a motorcycle has done its job, not when it impresses you for a moment, but when it becomes part of you, part of your rhythm, part of your experience. And as the road continues to unfold ahead, you realize that this journey could go on for hours more. And you would not mind at all, because this is what it feels like to ride something that was built with purpose, built with understanding, built not just as a machine, but as an experience. And that is what makes the Yamaha Road Star Silverado S unforgettable, not because it is the fastest, not because it is the most advanced, but because it delivers something deeper, something more meaningful, something that stays with you long after the ride is over, long after the engine is turned off, long after the road disappears behind you. And even then, the feeling remains: the memory of the ride, the sound of the engine, the calmness of the journey. All of it stays, and that is the true power of this motorcycle. It does not just take you places, it leaves something with you every single time you ride it.